हॉटेल सवाई मल्हार फॅमिली रेस्टॉरंट बार व बँक्वेट हॉल एसी नॉन एसी अस्सल मराठमोळं ग्राहकांच्या पसंतीस पडलेलं मुंबई नाशिक महामार्गावरील एकमेव ठिकाण लग्न समारंभ साखरपुडा वाढदिवस सेवानिवृत्ती तसेच विविध कार्यक्रमांसाठी उत्तम ठिकाण हॉटेल सवाई मल्हार आणि सवाई बँक्वेट हॉल। चवीचा शोध इथेच संपतो। नमस्कार, मी संजय भालेराव शहापूर गजालीत आपले स्वागत आहे। जिल्हाधिकारी डॉक्टर श्रीकृष्णनाथ पांचाळ यांच्या अध्यक्षतेखाली चला जाणूया नदीला जिल्हास्तरीय समिती बैठक संपन्न। स्वातंत्र्याचा अमृत महोत्सव निमित्ताने चला जाणूया नदीला या अभियानाखाली नदीला जाणून घेणे आणि तिच्या समस्यांचा अभ्यास करून त्यांची सोडवणूक करण्यासाठी मुख्य सचिव यांच्या अध्यक्षतेखाली राज्यस्तरीय समिती गठीत करण्यात आलेली आहे। तसेच सदर अभियानाअंतर्गत प्रत्येक जिल्ह्यातून वाहणाऱ्या निवडक नद्यांबाबतची माहिती तिचा प्रचार प्रसार व तनुषंगिक बाबींसाठी सहाय्य करण्याकरिता राज्यातील प्रत्येक जिल्ह्यात जिल्हाधिकारी यांच्या अध्यक्षतेखाली जिल्हानिहाय समिती गठीत करण्यात आलेली आहे। त्यानुसार ठाणे जिल्हाधिकारी डॉक्टर श्रीकृष्णनाथ पांचाळ यांनी दिलेल्या सूचनेनुसार चला जाणूया नदीला या अभियानासाठीच्या समितीची बैठक शुक्रवार दिनांक 7 नोव्हेंबर 2025 रोजी दुपारी 3 वाजता समिती सभागृह पहिला मजला जिल्हाधिकारी कार्यालय ठाणे येथे जिल्हाधिकारी डॉक्टर श्रीकृष्णनाथ पांचाळ यांच्या अध्यक्षतेखाली पार पडली। सन 2022 पासून आजपर्यंत ठाणे जिल्ह्यात चला जाणूया नदीला उपक्रमाच्या कार्यातील प्रगती तसेच मागील सभेचा आढावा घेणे हे या बैठकीचे मुख्य उद्दिष्ट होते। या निमित्ताने जलनायक डॉक्टर स्नेहल दोंदे यांनी सविस्तर सादरीकरण करून दाखवून दिले की अजूनही ठाणे जिल्ह्यातील नदीचे जे डिमार्केशन व्हायला पाहिजे होते ते होणे बाकी आहे। वन विभागाच्या वेबसाईट वरून संबंधित सॅटेलाइट इमेज घेऊन आपण ग्रीन कव्हर वाढवू शकतो आणि जलसंवर्धनासाठी सीसीटी वन तलाव गेबियन स्टोरेज टँक्स आणि विविध उपाययोजना आखू व राबवू शकतो। तसेच ज्या खारपुटी आहेत त्यांचे प्रमाण वाढवून त्यांचे योग्य प्रकारे डिमार्केशन कसे व्हायला हवे याबद्दल चर्चा झाली। जिल्हाधिकारी यांनी पण याबाबत सांगितले की राज्य कांदळवन कक्षाची मदत घेऊन उर्वरित जमीन हस्तांतरित करण्याचे काम सुरू आहे। जिल्ह्यातील औद्योगिक वसाहतीमधून वाहणाऱ्या उल्हास नदी, बारवी नदी, वालधुनी नदी या नद्यांच्या होणाऱ्या प्रदूषणावर MIDC व MPCB द्वारे प्रभावीपणे कारवाई केली जात नसल्याचे निदर्शनास आले आहे। औद्योगिक वसाहतींमधून निघणारे सांडपाणी व घनकचरा यांचे शुद्धीकरण व नियोजन करण्यासाठी फक्त STP सारख्या प्रणालीचा वापर न करता नेचर बेस्ड सोल्युशनचाही वापर करण्याकडे लक्ष दिले पाहिजे असे स्नेहल दोंदे यांनी आपल्या सादरीकरणात सांगितले। जिल्ह्यातील सर्व नद्यांची GISच्या मदतीने मॅपिंग करून किनाऱ्यावर होणाऱ्या अनधिकृत बांधकामांवर नियंत्रण व अतिक्रमणावर कारवाई करणे तसेच किनाऱ्यालगत वृक्षारोपण करणे गरजेचे आहे असे देखील दोंदे यांनी यावेळी सांगितले। या सर्व विषयांवर सविस्तर चर्चा झाली। या बैठकीत जलप्रहरी, ठाणे वन विभाग, ठाणे उपवन संरक्षक, जिल्हा परिषद मुख्य कार्यकारी अधिकारी, ठाणे जलसंपदा कार्यकारी अभियंता, महाराष्ट्र प्रदूषण नियंत्रक मंडळ ठाणे प्रादेशिक अधिकारी, विभागीय वन अधिकारी, कांदळवन, ठाणे शिक्षण अधिकारी व इतर 27 विभागाचे अधिकारी उपस्थित होते। या सर्वांच्या उपस्थितीत जिल्हाधिकारी डॉक्टर श्रीकृष्णनाथ पांचाळ यांनी मार्गदर्शन केले आणि जलनायक डॉक्टर स्नेहल दोंदे यांनी दाखविलेल्या सादरीकरणाप्रमाणे ज्या उणीव आहेत त्यावर कारवाई होणे गरजेचे आहे असे सांगितले।
We welcome you sir as such because you are the first time you are attending this particular चला जाणूया नदीला मीटिंग आणि आमचा उद्देश एकच आहे की हाऊ टू गिव्ह यू कंप्लीट ब्रीफ अबाउट this particular चला जाणूया नदीला कारण it started on 2nd October 2022 and till date where we have reached and because we have a limited time now because it's only up to March 2026 that the period is there, almost 4-5 months is left now. So in that period what can be done because there was a long gap and we are very thankful that you have given a date at earliest and then we would like to showcase this आणि याचा मेन उद्देश काय आहे की आता सर जलप्रहरी काही इथे बसलेले आहेत आणि त्या जलप्रहरीचा थ्रू आपण जसं जल शास्त्र, जल संस्कृती आणि जल स्वराज कसं होणार त्याच्यासाठी अवेअरनेस प्रोग्राम्स करत असतो. थोडंसं जे लिगेसी माझ्या बॅकग्राऊंड काय आहे, कारण आपण नवीन आहात आणि त्यामुळे आम्ही कधी दाखवत नाही, आज पहिल्यांदा हा लावली आहे. कारण ऍट द वर्ल्ड ओव्हर ऑल्सो इंटरनॅशनल लेवल, नॅशनल लेवल सगळीकडे जी माझ्याकडे थोडं जी एक्सपिरियन्स आहे त्याचा उपयोग करून कसं आपण पुढे जाऊ शकतो त्याच्यावरच माझं सगळं प्रेझेंटेशन्स आणि एक्सपिरियन्सचा निचोड आहे की आपण ते व्हॉट आर द गॅप्स विच वी कुड आयडेंटिफाय. सो इट स्टार्टेड विथ माय जर्नी फ्रॉम द गंगाज एरियल सर्वे आणि तिकडनं जी जर्नी सुरू झाली की कसं पद्धतीने फ्रॉम ओरिजिन टू कॉन्फ्लुएन्स आपण नदीकडे कसं पाहायचं आणि नदीमध्ये पाहिल्यानंतर आपण काय करायला पाहिजे. So this is the awareness programs which we have been doing as a Jal Prahari आणि ऍज अ जलनायक ऑल्सो. तर हा पूर्ण जो मुंबई रिजनचा मुंबई युनिव्हर्सिटीमध्ये काही आपण केला NSS बरोबर किंवा लोकल लेवलला ULBs बरोबर कमिशनर ह्या भिवंडीमध्ये पण आपण बरेच, कारण मी जिथे जिथे प्रिन्सिपल राहिली ॲज अ डिग्री कॉलेज प्रिन्सिपल तिथे पण मी असं प्रकारचा खूप सारा करू शकते बिकॉज आय हॅड दॅट काइंड ऑफ अ इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर फॅसिलिटी. तसंच मुलांना पण आपण वेगवेगळ्या रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट्समध्ये इन्व्हॉल्व्ह करून त्यांना रेन वॉटर हार्वेस्टिंग वगैरे कसं, म्हणजे वॉटर कॉन्झर्वेशन इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टंट आस्पेक्ट. आणि आज जो वॉटर स्कॅर्सिटी आहे त्याच्यामुळे आपल्याला कसं सगळं बघायला पाहिजे आणि कसं हे बघून आपण पुढे जाऊ शकतो हा सगळं त्याच्यात पण मी जास्त याच्यात नाही जात म्हणजे संस्कार वगैरे मध्ये. अल्टिमेटली आय एम कमिंग टू व्हॉट इज इम्पॉर्टंट आणि का आपल्याला हे सगळं आज परिस्थिती काय आहे एक्झॅक्टली अँड वाय वी आर लुकिंग ॲट दिस चला जाणूया नदीला ॲज अ ग्रेट स्कोप ऑफ वर्किंग. तर आता जो आपण बघतोय की आपला किती जनरेशन होतोय सिवेजच्या, किती आपण वी आर एबल टू ट्रीट, इफ वी हॅव एन STPs वेदर वी हॅव बीन एबल टू ट्रीट दॅट ऑल्सो. सो व्हॉट इज द कंडिशन हे सगळं आज माझा थोडासा प्रयत्न असणार की आपण पुढे पुढे बघू. कारण आता बघा इथे राईट साईडला जो पिक्चर न्यूज क्लिपिंग आहे त्याच्यात पण प्रशासनिक उदासीनता में साहेब में डुबी हुई कामवारी नदी असं सर्व नदीबद्दलच आपल्या ठाण्यातला तसंच परिस्थिती आहे. तर त्याच्यामुळे व्हॉट वी कीप डुईंग दॅट इट इज एम्पॉवरमेंट अँड कॅपॅसिटी बिल्डिंग अमंग द अथॉरिटीज as well as the local public. That is our main activity by which we are all on the same page and we are able to do. पण सर्वात मुख्य जो आहे जो स्कोप मी म्हणते आपल्याला काय स्पेशल युनिक स्कोप ऑफ चला जाणूया नदीला इज सर इट्स मोर लाईक एन इंटिग्रेटेड अप्रोच ऑफ वर्किंग वेअर अदरवाईज ऑल द डिपार्टमेंट्स आर वर्किंग इन सायलोज बट हिअर इज एन ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी. आणि त्याच्यामुळे आपल्याला समजणं गरजेचं आहे की वेन वी टॉक अबाउट द एन्व्हायरमेंटल रेस्टोरेशन किंवा इकॉलॉजिकल रेस्टोरेशन एव्हरीथिंग नीड्स टू बी सीन इन इंटरकनेक्टेडनेस. कारण आपण आता एक आस्पेक्ट घेऊन जेव्हा बोलतो त्याच्यातला काही उपयोग होणार नाही. तर व्हॉट इज दॅट इंटरकनेक्टेडनेस, वाय इट इज रिक्वायर्ड आणि ते सगळं आपण याच्या अंतर्गत आज समजणार आहोत. तर हा जो पूर्ण ठाणे रिजनचा आपल्याकडे जे रिजनमध्ये आहे बदलापूर, कल्याण, ठाणे या तिन्ही रिजनमध्ये आहे उल्हास रिव्हर आणि उल्हास क्रीक्स. आणि तसंच अंबरनाथमध्ये आहे वालधुनी आणि कुशिली. म्हणजे हे सगळे जे रिव्हर्स आहेत ते आपल्या GR मध्ये जे आहेत त्याच्याबद्दल बोलते. शहापूरला भातसाचा भारंगी, चोर, लेणाडी, खडवली मध्ये पण जी भातसा वाहते आणि कुंभेरी असं जो नदीच्या त्याच्यात इन्व्हॉल्व्ह आहे. मुरबाडचा मुरबाडी, कनकविरा, कानविरा आणि कालू. तसंच भिवंडीला कामवारी आणि मेन आहे वरालदेवी लेक सर विच आय विल कम टू द पॉइंट कारण ती खूप इम्पॉर्टंट आहे की वी हॅव टू गिव्ह अ लुक ॲट. पण जेव्हा आपण हे सगळं करतो आपल्याला आजपर्यंत समजलं नाही की नदी काय आहे, नदी म्हणजे काय. कारण आज नदी राहिली नाही, दे आर ऑल डेड रिव्हर्स. तर नदीचा जो ऍक्च्युअल डेफिनेशन आहे जे आमचा मेन जो नॅशनल लेवलवर आलेला आहे ते हिमजल भूजल स्रोत एवं वर्षा के जल को उद्गम से संगम तक स्वयं प्रवाहित रखती हुई जो अविरलता, निर्मलता और स्वतंत्रता से के साथ बहती और सदियों से सूरज, वायु और धरती से आजादी से स्पर्श करती हुई जीव सृष्टि को परस्पूरक और पोषक नाता जोड़कर जो प्रवाहित है वो नदी है. पण आज आपले नदी बिलकुल बायोडायव्हर्सिटी करू शकत नाही कारण आपले जी रिव्हर्स आहेत त्याचे बेड सुद्धा कॉन्क्रीट केले गेले आहेत सर. जिथे जिथे आज म्हणजे आयदर इन द नेम ऑफ ब्युटिफिकेशन और इन द नेम ऑफ प्रोटेक्शन फ्रॉम फ्लड्स और इन द नेम ऑफ ग्रॅबिंग. बिकॉज मेन उद्देश आपला जो चला जाणूया नदीच्या किंवा जे GRs निघाले सर 2005, 2015, 2018 दॅट इज फर्स्ट वी हॅव टू डू द डिमार्केशन अँड नोटिफिकेशन ऑफ ऑल द रिव्हर, नाला, ओढा सगळ्याच. पण अजूनपर्यंत आपल्याकडे तसं प्रकारच्या काही नाही आणि आणि 2022 पासून पण जेव्हा चालू झाला तर आपण आता वालधुनी नदी, कामवारी नदी एवढाच फक्त सर्वे झालेला आहे सर. डिमार्केशन नोटिफिकेशन इज येट टू कम आउट. तर हा जो परिस्थिती आहे की अजूनपर्यंत आपले कुठलेही नदी नाले ओढे रेकग्नाइज नाहीये, आयडेंटिफाईड नाहीये. त्यामुळे त्याच्यावर ज्या पद्धतीने जो एन्क्रोचमेंट चाललाय तर ऍक्च्युली जर आपण बघायला गेलो म्हणून आम्ही नदी पाठशाला पण घेतो की नदी काय आहे, नदीची मियांडरिंगचा इम्पॉर्टन्स काय आहे. सर हू विल नो बेटर देन यू फ्रॉम द मेडिकल प्रोफेशन that the river has to be like a baffle order, like a meandering which has been totally lost. आणि त्या म्हणजे आपण जे त्याला दोन्ही बाजूला वॉल करून स्ट्रेटनिंग करतोय आणि ब्लू लाईन मध्येच ती वॉल्स वगैरे होते. त्यामुळे जो फ्लड प्लेन्स आहे वी आर टोटली लुझिंग अँड फ्लड प्लेन्स आर द मेन वन विच इज हॅव्हिंग द बफर झोन्स अँड रायपेरियन वेअर most of the microbial organisms are there which helps in automatic self-regulation mechanism of cleaning the rivers or giving rise to the biodiversity. पण ते सगळं होत नाही आणि सर्व आपले रायपेरियन झोन्स वगैरे इट्स ऑल एनक्रोच. बफर झोन्स आर नॉट क्लिअर. सो वी वुड रिक्वेस्ट यू सर that eco-sensitive zones and buffer zones needs to be first identified, and if at all possible sir there is a website of this polluted stretches of river of MPCB. But if you go to that polluted stretches of river which has been formed for the purpose that there were RRC, River Rejuvenation Committee formation due to NGT, as well as there were other committees which was formed under the Chief Secretary of Maharashtra. But then if you go to those websites also these kind of information of daily analysis reports and other things are not there, other than only STPs, how many to be installed, how many remains, how many will be generated in future. But let me tell you sir, STP is not the solution which will come to further. तर हे सगळं आता मी जास्त डिटेलमध्ये जात नाहीये. दीज आर द ऑल इम्पॉर्टंट थिंग्स विच आर आयडेंटिफाईड ऑलरेडी बाय द इरिगेशन डिपार्टमेंट. आय प्रोव्हाइड यू वन कॉपी सर, हार्ड copy, so that all the information which I am skipping that also you get. Most important thing sir, since the time Chalazania Nadila has started, we have not got a single fund provision. And that's how most of the time all money I had to spend from my pocket. So my request would be the proposal which has been submitted, if you can do justice to that and some fund availability can be there. So certain projects which were said like fisheries, what is the status of it? Today also we don't see the fishery person coming and sitting over here. So all those some projects which we could have done is not done. But in the meanwhile I have taken some internship students who helped us, IIT Bombay's interns, through whom we tried to do certain mappings. And with the irrigation department's GR, there is a provision for the internships payment, but that is also not happened since 2022 onwards. The proposals are going on. This year also it is put, but it has not come across. So all those things I have been doing. So if you can little approve these fundings, it would be helpful. Similarly, if I just go on looking at all the points, it's not that I want to provide you with all the negative kind of an inputs. It's like most of the things which has not been done, like rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting, because see GSDA is providing all the information of the with the priority maps for the artificial recharge, as well as there is a lot of scope where if it is in integration with the forest, mangroves and other areas, if we work, there is a lot of scope of conservation which can be done. But we are seeing that the way extractions are happening of the groundwater in the villages also, where extracted water is given to the industries. Individual houses are extracting in such a manner that it is being given to the industries. तर हा जो पूर्ण प्रकार आहे, एकतर एसटीपीचा जो हाल आहे, मग एन्क्रोचमेंट्स ऑन द फ्लड प्लेन्स आहेत, पोटेबल वॉटर. नाउ व्हेन वी डू द डिस्ट्रीब्युशन ऑफ वॉटर फ्रॉम द इरिगेशन डिपार्टमेंट सोर्स, while doing the distribution also all the potable water is only used for industry, irrigation and everything. So these are the things which we have to note. And आज आपल्याला सर्व प्रकारच्या डेटा सर आपल्या भुवन पोर्टल मध्ये अवेलेबल आहे, हायड्रोलॉजीचा आपल्या अवेलेबल आहे. तरीही when there is an infrastructure development at any place wherever it is happening, there we don't see any kind of consideration of taking those maps and the hydrology data into account. But town planning also are going on, coming out with the approvals of the buildings and other things on the buffer zones and all, where channels are also being encroached of the stream orders. We have to understand about the zero order streams, and from zero order stream onwards we have to try to save it. Another जे आपल्याला rural region मध्ये दिसलं सर की water users associations. Rarely any one place you find that water user association is there, and that too not functional. So that has to be also improvised. All these areas are there where we need to save our agricultural lands. Today agricultural lands are now being converted into warehouses and other things in the rural areas. Like if you go to Bhatsa and Wafe village, in the Wafe village, sir, it is 30 acres, 30 एकर असं त्या लँडला बोलला जातो पूल सिटी म्हणून, आणि that is on the riparian zone of the Bhatsa river itself, and it is a notified river. Such things are all there where we need to identify them, and at the same time, sir, desilting of the dams which are much more required. If that can be also implemented, that would be better, because monitoring of the dams are required, because otherwise the flood expansions which is going on and the water holding capacity is reducing of the dam. So for all such things we have to identify the water bodies. Another important thing I am sure that you are aware about, that Ulhasnagar diversion to Marathwada, which is being now, survey is being done and it is supposed to be taken. That was almost thought about in 1996 and that period onwards. But today if we look at the kind of runoff, because we cannot call that as an excess water, and we are counting that as a runoff because of the siltation in the rivers. There is no contour mappings, there is no recent maps which can say that it is the holding capacity of the rivers have gone down, and that we cannot call it as a runoff. So if we have to do that, we are not against to this Marathwada thing, but then we are trying to say that at least first priority should be encroachments removal and the pollution work we should take care of. Similarly, if I talk about the Bhatsa river, and also you can see the shanties which are there on both the side of the Bhatsa river at the Khadavli. And again they come back into the river, and then there is a lot of news which was there that in between there was fire and everything, but things are not changing. Similarly, at the Kalambole, Dole survey number 9 to 16 and 58, there is a lot of encroachment in the Bhatsa river region. But the most important thing that the executive engineer Ravi Pawarji and others, we have put it in a group of Chaladhani and Nadila. These all things are time to time updated, but we see a very rare kind of any notice taken of that, and any action being done. So I have tried to prepare this in a manner what can be done and what are the gaps which are there and how we need to take care of all these things. So with that, now I'm coming to the Valduni, sir. That's why I had requested that you have to once at least, my request would be once at least to visit that area. Now in Valduni, this satellite image shows that here you can see that how river has been put into the pipeline. See, and how river has brought to one side, and this is all concretized only for the temple tourism and the beautification purpose. And here you can see the water is totally black in color, because in the upstream areas, here all places the textile units are there, MIDC's water is there, so all that dirty water is flowing. But it's not the river is suffering because of these things, but we are putting again the river into the pipeline. So this is a very wrong thing which is going on there. It has to be stopped, and that's why we had to go to NGT also for this purpose. So this is the situation there. And this is how it looks, sir, Valduni river, all concretized. You can, what I was just now talking about, the definition of nadi, and here we cannot see this as a nadi at all. आणि इथे जो वरच्या भागाला जो MIDC चा जो सगळं कंपनीज जे आहेत त्यांच्याकडे CETP ते म्हणतात लेआउट प्लॅन मध्ये झालेलं आहे सगळं केलं. सर, इफ यू गो अँड सी द ट्रीटेड water in a collection tank, they have a central collection tank at the forest Naka in Ambarnath, you will find that it is more bad than what it is in the raw water of the effluents which are coming. So it's a very worst condition, because people have not understood, sir, the science of what makes it degrade. Like, what is the role of microbes? If we have the membrane technology, suppose we talk about SBR, MBR, MBBR, it's all membrane technology. So what that membrane works, can it work in a natural way of conversion of the degradation the way microbes do? Nothing has been done, and then just in the name of technology we are just showing we have all those things. See here, the textile units and all is there, but still we are going on misusing these rivers. आता वालधुनी मध्ये जर आत्ताचा प्रेझेंट स्टेटस मध्ये बघा, या वालधुनी नदीमध्येच कसं हा घाट बनवला जातो, बिलकुल आतमध्ये नदीचा ब्लू लाईनच्या मध्ये. इथे इरिगेशन पीपल आर सिटिंग. वी हॅव मेट द तहसीलदार्स ऑफिस, वी हॅव इन्फॉर्म्ड द SDOs, ऑल आर देर इन आवर ग्रुप, बट स्टिल सी हाऊ कंटिन्युअसली दिस वर्क गोज ऑन. आणि आर्किओलॉजिकल डिपार्टमेंट, कारण इथे सर मंदिर आहे विच इज नॉट इव्हन 10 meters अवे, आणि इथे कंटिन्युअसली ते मोठे मोठे मशीन्स वगैरे लावून काम होत आहेत. आय हॅव इन्फॉर्म्ड इव्हन आर्किओलॉजिकल डिपार्टमेंट. यू कॅन सी दिस मंदिर हियर, अँड ऑल दिस वर्क गोइंग ऑन विदिन द ब्लू लाईन. आणि ओनली आय विल टेल यू, सर, they are taking the excuse of that demarcation is not there. They are looking at irrigation department, and irrigation department, when they started with this work, they took in writing from them, and they also gave in writing that as per the topo sheet, Valduni river doesn't exist. Again they said Survey of India, Valduni doesn't exist. But Supreme Court's cases are going on and orders are there from 2018, 2015 onwards. But still we have ignored that this is a river. And riverचं बाजूलाच मंदिर वगैरे व्हायचे, तर where we are saying that it's not a river. तर असं करून जे केलं तर त्यांना तर ते म्हणतात आम्हाला टाउन प्लॅनिंग मध्ये पण आम्ही याला नदी मानतच नाही. This is a drain. So they are considering, and town planning and everything is going on in this manner. So and look at in the monsoon season how water flows, how much it goes, how much it expands. At least looking at the rainy monsoon season, highest of the rain when it happens, it's almost, I think this time it was more than 2000 mm. आणि तिथे पण आपण बघू शकतो किती एक्सपांड झाला या नदीच्या मॉन्सूनचा. आणि अल्टिमेटली सी देव ज्यांच्या टेम्पल टुरिझम साठी आपण बघतोय त्यांना गटरचं पाणी मध्ये बसवतोय. आता दिस इज द सेकंड इयर. So I will request that if you can intervene immediately, this would help us, and fast we can do something about this. So you can see all the areas around Valduni. This is now in Ulhasnagar, as I say, sorry, in the Badlapur area, in the municipal region, and in the some villages. This is the this is some village which is Walavli village. You can see this is a complete like bungalows which is being sold by the Mohan Edge group, and this is all in the floodplains. So irrigation department is aware of this, and this is a notified river. Ulhas river is a notified river. So what stops them from this? And you will see that after the rains is over, now this river will be completely packed with the hyacinths. Again, when people try to think that hyacinths are bad, hyacinths are nature gift who is able to control the pollutions and all. But I think immediate action should be taken on this floodplains, and that is how we go to the every ULPs, we make them understand. We have taken the review meetings individually at the individual departments also, but it's not making much of impact. I don't know why, but the situations of our rivers are this. In Badlapur region, again in the Ulhasnagar region, I'm showing you that how Antalya Ghat, with the help of MLA fund, that this was constructed, but that MLA himself had come and said that you have explained us it is wrong, we will remove. But the UMC commissioner has yet not removed, and this way in Ganpati also small Ganpati Visarjans happened, now Chhat Puja and everything, and here only sir water is being pumped for raw water pump for the drinking purpose. You can imagine, and the treatment which is happening of the water is only with the chlorination and the sedimentation. But how it will remove the chemicals and the pathogens, it's not being understood about it. तर हा पद्धती आणि असा हा आता आहे चिखलोली डॅम where from where Ambarnath region is getting water, and this is small river. This is Jambivali river, where I could see that again here all debris is being dumped, and this is the source which is you bringing water to this reservoir up here this reservoir, and from that reservoir we get the water. That means if this river channels are only being blocked, and this way some structures come up, then we can understand that the water source will be reduced. But cognizance again by the irrigation department is required, and whenever sir, when we go for such type of visits, we request MPCB, irrigation department, forest department, and all of them to come together, so that together we can have a look at it, together we can discuss and do some solutions for it. But most of the time MPCB is not joining us any time. I don't know what has happened that they don't come. SROs are least bothered, MPCB is least bothered about such things. Because in such regions, why we ask for MPCB also? Because if you see the catchment area here, this is all with the MIDC industries, and they are directly polluting this water. In between there was a news of this Jambili village here, this side one industry which was directly putting its effluents here, and water had got polluted. Then we asked this MJP who is doing the treatment, they say we don't know about it. So you can imagine there is no alert system, no alarm system also, and we are all giving water treated in such a manner that it carries chemicals, pathogens and everything. So I will not much go into detail of it. You can see this is the Valduni river. See, look at the condition. Yet MIDC and MPCB is not coming into the way things should be changing. These are all recent pictures, so it's not a very old. These are recent 4-5 days or maybe 15 days back pictures which I have put. Now I have come to the Kamvari river, which is there in Bhivandi. If you look at Kamvari also and in Bhivandi region, see, look at these all small units which are there in the periphery of the river. But these kind of pollutions, air pollutions, you can see nothing, no, it's like there is always MPCB will say that we have monitored and we have given the letters of closure, penalizing them. But what's the use penalizing and all? And you go and see after a week, you will find that these industries are working and functioning. So there is no proper system, although we have SCADA and many more upgraded one, but continuous monitoring system which should be there in the water body as well as for the air monitoring. As well as, sir, I have repeatedly said that STPs are producing a lot of aerosols for which there is no monitoring is being done. So for the STPs also it has to be, and most of the STPs are being sanctioned in the residential areas. Who will know better than you, sir, the aerosols which are there, a lot of pathogens because of the aerations which happens in the ASP. Activated sludge process, and a lot of pathogens which are there in the air. So no cognizance of that, and on the periphery of the rivers you can see how the units functions and how this garbage dumping and other things goes on. Sir, I am bringing your notice to this recent order which had come from the High Court in 2024, and the Chief Secretary issued a order on the river regulation policy, where it was said that the 4 months for formulation of river regulation policy by UDA, but it was not done. Then ultimately Chief Secretary has given the directives. We don't know what is the directives. Unless and until it is put on the MPCB website, we will not know what is in the directives. But that directives also, then the committee was formed of the municipal councils, MPCB, MIDC, police administration, Zilla Parishad to work on the action plan of the river. This is the directives which has to be executed, and it was given a time bound that divisional commissioner has to take a review every 2 months for the progress and the compliance of what has been discussed by that committee. Now, divisional commissioner has asked stakeholders to form internal committees. We don't know what are these internal committees. So, if at all simultaneously we have these bodies, then definitely river would get. I believe that rivers can be reversal, like revival can be done of these rivers. So we have to take note of that. This is the RRC committee formation which was said. About RRC also we don't know what is happening in the Thane region. My request would be, sir, in other regions they have done. So if a RRC committee can be formed again and revived in Thane region, that would be good. This is by the NGT's order that this is formed in every state in India. And so with that, we have tried to every time suggest the MPCB must not force for the STPs, because they are going on for forcing for the STPs. आणि सर त्याचे कॅपेक्स ऑपिक्स किती जास्त आहे ते हे कोणी पण त्याच्या हे करू शकणार नाही. आणि नाउ वी हॅव स्टार्टेड पुटिंग इट इन रूरल रिजन्स. Rural, so I think we should keep away rurals from these kind of STPs and all. There is very good nature-based strategies, and we are all, sir, equipped with all those things. Whenever you call us, we will be always there to help you for the nature-based strategies and the solutions which needs to be done. And this that is also here. And mandatory rainwater policies implementation, if we can take it very seriously, that would be also helping. Most importantly, sir, for forest and mangrove cells also, they can help us with the plantation and everything, so that would again enrich all the environment. So this is the MIDC region, sir, in the Bhiwandi region on the Ulhasnagar Creek. You can imagine, because CTPs are not there, how the trucks brings acids and all kinds of chemicals and they dump it here. Here earlier RO we had taken and we had shown all these things, but there is no change at all in these situations. They are the same as it was. You can see how we had taken, this is the Hazare RO who was earlier SRO. So we had taken him around Kambari river. We tried to do some of the work, but still it has remained unchanged. And that time, sir, Rajesh Narvekar ji, when he was the collector, I had submitted a pilot project study done. And Rajesh Narvekar ji had said that we will do it a major project also. And 2020 a letter was given that from the Vasundhara, what do you call it as some Vasundhara scheme is there. From that some money or funding can be done. But nothing has been touched yet. Even the commissioner is least bothered. Even the Tehsildar, again and again we have approached. SDO we have again and again approached. But from 2020 to 2025 we had not done anything after that. Only that pilot study which I had conducted with that way. Every time I have tried to equip MPCB and MIDC with whatever the experiences I had gained during my Fulbright scholar in residence in America, whatever I could, and while I did it in Indore and Bangalore city, audit and functional and operational audit of the STPs, I have tried to train everyone what is required. You can see here all the manufacturers association chairmen are also sitting, MIDC sitting, municipal council is sitting, and even the MPCB and everybody. And this was in the MPCB office. So we have been doing, but you could see that recently also all news which is flashing is about the same kind of situation, because they are not ready to take cognizance of whatever the science taught or whatever the things we are trying to tell them. But enforcing STPs is delaying all the matters of dealing with the pollution. Similarly, MMRDA, MIDC, I will provide you these all things so that detail you can look at it and then go ahead. Now, most biggest irony, sir, if you look at these maps, here you see that this is all the MIDC region. That means this is all the industries, and this is the Walduni's origin, from where a GIP tank is there, and from there rain water goes to across our country, and these all pollution effluents are going into this, as well as there is a lot of encroachment in the catchment area of this. Here we can see all the industry. I am standing on the treatment plant, water treatment plant, from where the water is being supplied to the railways. But you can see the way situation is around, all polluted and all. So I have written to railways also. I have asked Tehsildar to intervene so that they also do the follow-up with these railways and others. We have to come up with the solution. That's what is the ultimate intentions of it. And you can see this is the hills of Bonovle and Malangarh hills are there, from where we are getting the complete catchment area, very good. But you can see in the catchment area how these industries are flourishing, but no action is being taken. You can see vehicles being washed and all these industries in the buffer zone of the lake itself. So these are the situations. Big industries, they are encroaching upon this is the Walduni's origin place, from where here it flows towards that GIP tank. But then here you can see big industries coming, they are making the wall. We have taken irrigation department, everybody shown them that how this company decides about this wall. How much is the width of this? How can they come up this way with their own way of doing things? And then they have made a bridge. Okay. They have made a bridge there, you can see, which the bridge is also obstructed with the pillars. So these kind of things which is going on around everywhere. Now fisheries department, so fisheries department is also not giving any kind of a cooperation. Now in the Raite village, there is a lot of mangur talab still flourishing in the Kalyan Taluka. We have said to the video, Tehsildar, everybody, but no action. Even fisheries department, see in 2020 we had found in the Barvi dams fishes. Till date, sir, there is nematodes infestation in all the fishes. And when this fish was sent to CIFE, they got the report that just if you can fry it and eat, nothing will happen. What is this nematode? They have not identified. Till date, thing is remaining like that. So fisheries department has not taken into account seriously about this. Similarly, Vadal Devi Talab, which is there in Bhiwandi, every day dead fishes and all, samples were given to fisheries department. From there also what they did, when we gave them the sample, they just identified the fish and the report given that these are these fish names. That's all. So what we were requiring, the heavy metals which has got, or biomagnification which is happening, or what is the cause of the death, carcinogenic effect, toxins and all, because more of the cyanotoxins which is observed there, and in very dirty water. I'll come to that also, because we have done in a detail these kind of a study. And time to time, sir, it's not in isolation that we do the work. Here you can see that for the Walduni, there are textile units where we went with the MPCB and all the department, but still these units are still remaining like that, no dismantling of it, and they continue to. And every time I get the threat of आपको जीने का इच्छा नहीं है क्या, this way of threatening and all comes. I don't bother about it anyways. But then we have informed every literally authorities, local ULPs, heading administrations, but it has not impacted anyways. Now most important thing, now coming to the STPs, sir, little bear with me. Because STPs, we know that all these sludges and the raw sewage which is going to the oceans and the rivers, it is impacting the global warming. All the warming which is happening, acidification, because beds are getting full of the sludge of these STPs and they are not treated well, and that's how things are becoming very, very bad. And most important, so who will know better than you, that the river health is ultimately impacting the gut biome of the human being. And that is how we are losing all kinds of immunity, and so much of diseases, idiopathic diseases are coming up daily, what we are observing today. So fundamentals we have to understand, so which I gathered from Manhattan, where 286 million gallon capacity, biggest of the water treatment plant we went. Of course, I will say that they are also the same as what we are. because they do it more as a water resource recovery facility, and we are trying to ask for the treatment, because treatment means ultimately elimination of the pathogens, which recently in Prayagraj when the things happened, NGT also came up with whatever the number of STPs which were put in Delhi, suppose 37 in number, out of that even NGT and others said that almost 29 are failure because they are not showing any result. So it's, I will say, not only 29 to understand recently, because TMC was also penalized by 102 crores, and this kind of penalty when the MPCB does by the evaluation of the pollution, that forces the authorities to go for again STPs, which is actually forcing for the STPs, and STPs are not at all giving any result, again I repeat. So this conventional STPs, why it is not, probably we can later talk about all the science, but with little pictures I will show you. These STPs which are functioning, you can see the effluents which are coming. It's not an sewage, it's a mixed effluents with the chemical industries around MIDC and all mixed this thing. But how it will be then, how STP which is designed for the sewage will work. But other than that also, whatever the ASP, as I said, the microbes which are there, microbes doesn't work in this aeration. They are all anaerobic. They require a different kind of conditions which is supposed to be conducive with the environment, which is not happening. Ultimately, you see the water which is in the after treatment is all denitrification, nitrification has not happened, and that's how they release this water from here directly then to the Valdhuni river. So what is the use of putting so much of fund for making this particular plants and ultimately releasing it into dirty rivers? That is what is happening. No reuse. Reuse also we cannot do of the treated water because they don't have any kind of a standard that you can reuse even. So that's why we have to think about it. And to prove to MPCB and others, they do this kind of manipulations by handwritten video, BOD, COD and all these things. BOD, COD, sir, it's a wrong notion that these are any kind of a parameter to judge about the quality, because BOD is nothing but the oxygen demand for the biological degradation. So we cannot, pathogen elimination is the main thing. So here I can say that tertiary, actually in all our STPs, it is only up to the secondary treatment it is happening, where it is zero level. But in TMC recently they have put a tertiary plant, sir, with a UV and RO. Now let me tell you, UV and RO, that's why they are not able to claim also this can be, we can drink it, it cannot be potable yet. And ultimately after doing that also, sir, that's a good thing that they have done. But ultimately again all the things are put into the last screen, the sludge, the treated water. So what's the sense when we are doing so much and why we are doing this way? So we have to have a complete plan and understanding what RO and UV can do at the tertiary level, how we can make it usable and how things can happen. And it is only possible, sir, in a natural way if we can. Just a little to show, I'm sure you must be knowing, but little to show just one example when we say BOD, COD, it's and that aeration part. Why STPs they say go failure? Because most of the time STPs are switched off whenever a person like me or MPCB or anybody will go, they will switch on this aeration and that's how it goes on. But aeration is not required. Bacteria doesn't take oxygen like what we human beings take. They don't take atmospheric oxygen. And we have such a lot of blowers, and on that energy, we are wasting so much of fund on energy and electricity and everything. But the oxygen which is breaking down of myths from glycose to pyruvate and then this situation, we can see that here the oxygen which is released, again it is taken. So this give and take between the BOD is intramolecular bond rearrangement. It's the redox chemistry. Actually, this science we need to understand why we are designing the STPs. Mostly people are all ignoring, and the kind of gases which are already there. It's before oxygen. You can see here we have set the specific gravity and all. Before oxygen, these are the other kind of gases which are more soluble and not the oxygen. Oxygen is the last one. You can see here the level of where oxygen stands and at what stage the other gases gets solubilized. So this is mostly what we did, sir, with the metagenomic study. See, this is the Varal Devi Lake, sir. 5 mld water is being supplied for drinking in Kamadgar region in Bhiwandi. For this, I had approached to the Mangrove Suraksha because this is a wetland. At the same time, I had approached to the commissioner not to give this water because from 4 sides, sewage is being released into this. And this sewage water is being treated with the chlorination and the sedimentation and then given 5 mld for the drinking purpose. And now there is a lot of hue and cry which is going on in Bhiwandi, but no action and no, they are not stopping to giving water from this source. This is totally polluted, lot of cyanotoxins. We have identified the pathogens also here, and these are the pathogens. So the most of the pathogens identified we did with this metagenomics, which MPCB and others are not doing. The local ULB also says, madam, we have NABL lab's analysis report. But NABL lab doesn't give you the pathogen identification. The NABL doesn't give you the different microbes identification at the genome level. And we have to understand the genome, because you can see here no analysis metabolic profile of bacteria to reduce STP in treatment, pure isolation, molecular identity characterization is done, sir, by this method, and by which we can optimize to understand which are the consortiums needed for the treatment. Most important, sir, you can see here some pumps are put, and they from this Kambari river itself water is being drawn for the vegetable and other growing agriculture purpose. And these are, you can imagine from this vegetable and other this paddy and all, how our gut system, human gut system is getting impacted. Now this is the same place from where water is drawn. This pumping site is this only, and here this kind of a Dobie gut system. And around, because this place is completely dilapidated, everywhere you will find thousands of rodents there, sir. So you can imagine how much of leptospira is there, that was also identified. So this is how we have done the detailed analysis, and from this we have found how the leptospira works, and all these are the science and membrane technology which I have said. This we can talk later sometimes, but during our such meetings, sir, whatever the minutized thing and whatever the we give these minutes to different ULBs, and all things are written what needs to be done. It was given from 2022 onwards, and today 2025. No compliances by any of the ULB. So that is the most irony that we have been telling, that how it has to mimic with the colon system of our intestine, and how this river is analogy with our intestine system, and that kind of bacteria only can work in the process of degradation. Otherwise we are doing all about it, anti-entropy sort of things and building up. Now this is a very simple technology in Govardhan Eco Village, at Mayapur, and at many places. This soil biotechnology has been implemented for as an alternative to the STPs. And mostly, sir, it is needed that decentralized way of treatment of water in a small scales we have to do. Together if we bring, it is not going to work, and decentralized way we have to do. And in that, garden or parks, merging it with that, so that it can be called as a biodiversity park also, because it doesn't give any kind of an odor. The soil and the sewage, whatever the microbes are there, they work in symphony, and orchestra sort of genomic communities are there, and that's how the treatment happens automatically. Water quality is very good. So if you go to that region, you will find this kind of, and when I was showing this, this is another technology here. This is by the biofilm formation. By the biofilms made out of the consortium, isolated consortiums, and identifying that the pathogens are not interfering, then how the bacteria has got the role of absorbing in their vacuoles, how prokaryotes and eukaryotes, if they are there, how they function, everything literally in detail we have identified. Myself being a scientist and also specialized in these all things, so I have done all those things and we have shared everything, but still we are going on asking for every time. See how beautiful it looks when we go for a soil biotechnology, because soil only has, see there are some wetland technology, constructed wetland technology and all. Those also have a limitation because they also generate the sludge. Now sludge disposal is the biggest issue because a lot of pathogens is again going to the landfills. So that's another issue. So if we go by these biofilms making, or say by the help of this soil biotechnology, that would be good. See sir, from soil we know that how much soil, one particle also has so much of microbes, and how much potential the soil has. Now in Marathwada region, almost 20 feet of soil has washed away. And even for the 1 inch of soil to form, it takes hundreds of years. And today we are least bothered about the soil and how we are going on impacting. That is what is recently, sir, on 10th of, what was the date, 10th of October, there was a meeting in the Thane, because Thane Commissioner also being the chairman of the municipal corporations, that we had given a complete presentation about what we have shown in the municipal corporation region. Now it was expected that he had also given directions that whatever I have shown, the action should be taken against the KBMC or AMC and this Bhiwandi. So that those letters and a minutes which is come, I will share with you also. So that together if we work, I think in coordination, in collaboration, a lot of things can be achieved. Now in the forest region, sir, a lot of eco-sensitive zones and other things we are still waiting for from them also for most of the informations yet to come across, and then many schemes which are there. We want to know about the status of all those things. So I'm happy that Rebelji and Bhagyashree Koe like ACF are there, who will be definitely helping with us with this which remains, and one workshop we are waiting for to happen by ACF from Nanded, so that more of things can be handled. You can see that this is again Valduni, sir. These are all encroachments in the forest land. So these all things are what in the catchment areas and the basin areas, whatever it is there, we have identified every location where what is impacting. So these needs to be acted upon. A lot of nursery and other things which these people have done there, we try to intervene, we appreciate. Then we go with them in the tribal regions to facilitate for so that the forest can be stopped from encroachment by engaging and involvement of the tribal. So these are all what we make. Another thing which I want an information from irrigation department again is Mumri Dam, sir. For Mumri Dam, 450 hectares of forest land was given. So what has happened about the trees which were cut, how compensatory and other things have been done. Now for whom this water was, and I hear that it has now stopped midway. Now instead of, they have stopped this particular dam formation, and I don't know what is the exact status. We are looking forward to information about this also, Mumri Dam. Now a lot of things which are there for the bamboo plantations and all missions are there. We need to work on this. Similarly in mangrove areas, so 50% has been since 2012-13 that separate from forest department, mangrove department was, and still 50% demarcation yet remains, and maybe that some technical issues they were telling that the handover of the lands and all from the collector's office or these things that it is delayed. Now that is also remaining. And in Kopri itself, where you sit, sir, in the Kopri region we went in the mangrove area where ashram is there, and from ashram a lot of polluted water is coming in. MPCB we informed to give us an analysis report that has not come across. A little plantations which we have they have started in a smaller scale. So this needs to be much more facilitated. There may be, I don't know, funds issue or whatever issue, but a good thing about this is that a livelihood development committee is there which needs to be enriched, which I have already individually spoken to. Manish Pawar is sitting over here, RFO, and I think in charge ACF also now. So in that sense that we have already discussed. So things which we are able to handle, we are trying to give support to that. But sir, here again you have to intervene, because in Kalher, Kasheli and Kharbao, mainly in Kalher and Kasheli, so big buildings have come up, sir, in the eco-sensitive zones, as well as violation of CRZ and in the mangrove areas also. After writing several times to Tehsildar gives a clean sheet. But this is a case of FIR. We have to deal with such things, and most of the lands are required. Sand mining is rampant in the area, which is not being again ignored by the Tehsildar office. I have taken Talati, circle officer and everybody, but it's not working. Anyways, now a positive thing what we are trying to do is to support this mangrove cell to facilitate for bringing this mangrove man of India, Uma Shankar Mandal from West Bengal, so that online we can do some workshop and we can learn from him at least how he has become the mangrove man and how he could enrich that Sundarban areas and others with the mangrove. So this is how we have tried to get all the maps and other things by which we are able to reach to some solutions which can be reached. So these are most of the things I think I have covered. GSDA, so GSDA's role about the groundwater aspects. There we don't find that anything happening by them. They say that our role is only making maps and all, giving it, and if at all local authorities want, they can avail these maps and they have to do these things, artificial recharge and all. but that is not happening. Also, they have the maps where even if the town planners say that we don't have any demarcation maps from the irrigation, but they have the contour maps and other maps by which even the infrastructures while town planning, they can use those maps, which is not happening when I have tried to gather information from GSDA also. So we could get all these priority maps. It shows where and which place interventions can be done, but yet although we have all these things, but no interventions happening. And I don't know, after having all these government different departments and the identification of the places where what can happen, but still things are not happening. Same way Krishi Adhikari, Taluka Krishi Adhikaris. Now I find that Taluka Krishi Adhikaris are also not bothered about the way they have to give support to the local farmers and the agricultural lands. And today we are going, and today we talk about the water crisis, but food security issues also will be coming up very much, and already we are seeing the way Marathwada and other places are suffered, so same thing may happen everywhere. So they have the different departments, state department and the local panchayat department, so all those can be facilitated, but things are not happening. Similarly, Pesa Gaos. Today in Mumbai, Thane, we are getting all the water from Tansa, Vaitarna, Bhadsa and all, which is in the Pesa Gaos. And they are going to such a far distances, and the water quality, sir, just look at the water they get to drink from where we are getting water in Mumbai. So we are least bothered about these things. We have to be very sensitive and try to do the things. And in the one more important thing, sir, to be noted, that for the sewage and solid waste management, previous Zilla Parishad CEO who was there, Gugeji, he had already informed to the Padgha region and for the Kushimli, Karavle region that two pilot projects which we can do by merging solid waste management as well as the sewage waste, and that's how it was asked to identify the lands in those places. But that has yet not happened by the SWM officer. So if you can see yourself, if you can also speed it up, that would help us in that matter. So I'll come back to you for that also later. So pyrolysis, sir. This is what I would like to suggest you. A pyrolysis unit in a cluster, maybe in Taluka at one place, or how we can do that, that just you have to work and look at that pyrolysis for plastics. The plastic can be brought here and then oil making and other users in industry, and so much it is happening. So if pyrolysis we can increase more, that would help. Education institution. Today also, sir, we had tried to inform Mumbai University. Their NSS, DLLE should have been here. They have refused. They say that they have to write to the VC and then only they will send the representation. But if school, colleges and the education officer, whoever from the collector office, if he can coordinate and all these can be much more facilitated, things will improve. I'm sure things can happen. So almost, sir, this is Ulhas River conditions. And whenever the biomining is being done, sir, see, look at it, the byproducts, they are put on the side of the creek and they get washed away. No planning while doing biomining also. The way CPCB norm says that how biomining has to happen, nothing happens. And ultimately all leaches are flowing into the creek and rivers everywhere. Everywhere the situation is the same. And and we can see how effluents are going on. And recently, Ashitan Shinde ji had gone to this Ulhas River and he had asked to, kill this hyacinths. And hyacinths, I am again repeating, sir, as hyacinths are there, they are able to help us to reduce pollution. They are the floating plants having the root system in such a manner that the bacteria which are there, they play a very good role. Most important is the stagnation by which this kind of a situation arises. We have to look at, because this kind of a infrastructure, the water raw treatment plant which was coming up, they have put all the soil in this particular river, and they have stopped. The stagnation has happened more, and because of that, this kind of a situation, we are not looking at what has caused this kind of a situation, and we are in a hurry to give a solution. And ultimately, after doing this much of amount of wasting of funds also, all the hyacinths which are removed, they are put on the sides and they are left like that only. And again they go back into the water itself. So this is the situation. Another is about the TDR. You will know better, sir. And just I wanted to show this, that in the name of TDR, all the banks of rivers are encroached, and in the name of making park and all that is happening. And UDR's one norm which says, if the skilt area, if the height is increased, then it's okay to do on the blue line also. I'll share with you if you require those policies. And because of which the exploitation is more going on in the UMC region, Ulhas Municipal Corporation, as well as in Bhiwandi and many places. So these are the situation all around us. So it's more like fixing the accountability of all these ULBs and local authorities. I think then things can change. So I think now I have finished. Just I'm showing you pictures of the situation of Alduni and about the Ullas Creek and Kushivli Bandhara is still since almost 4-5 years it is pending. Kushivli Bandhara is not happening, and then in this region Sanjay Dharamani ji is here. We have said that about the CCT and other ways if we can do some conservation and Gabion storage tanks. This is the Malangarh region, very good place where villages can be provided more water as well as the groundwater percolation can happen. So this is again Kamvari River and the Varal Devi Lake. We take MPCB, everybody, but see, the situation has not changed. That's the iron since 5 years or more than I think now, to 2018 onwards. I'm after this, but nothing has changed. Look at Kamvari Nadi, and this slaughterhouse NGT had said in 2014 to come up with a modernized slaughterhouse, but yet nothing has been done, and this way only slaughtering going on. Kamvari is totally suffering because of this kind of a situation around it. All the lakes, even in Thane, I will tell you, lakes are also of this condition. They are also not in good condition. Everywhere situation remains the same. Again, Varal Devi. Encroachments, a lot of encroachments. This is the Bhatsa River. You can see that the old bridge, recently when Mugeji was there, he had tried to do a little but not completely. This debris is not removed yet, and this is almost 20 years back. This had dismantled, and it was put in the river itself, and it's obstructing the flow. And then in the lean season and all, you will find that all over the places it's like a Dhobi Ghat completely. This is the Bhatsa River from where we are getting water in Mumbai and everywhere. And the sewage which is flowing into the Bhatsa in Khadoli region itself. We have tried to stop many of the Mangur Talabs which was there. That is the best thing which we could do in the region, at least without the help of that fisheries department, but still it was, because that time also collector office had intervened, and that's how it could be done with the help of tehsildars and all. So this is all, sir, and I have been giving some online thing so that everybody gets more and more educated about this scientifically, so that we handle everything with scientifically. Thing which I want to suggest here, sir, even if the roads and other things which we are doing in our campuses or anywhere. This is a picture I took it from a university where I was teaching in US, and there they have this made compulsory this kind of roads. So if such percolating roads are there, I think we will be able to do a lot of groundwater percolation and water level can be improved. So I hope that nobody will mind my very aggressive way of talking about. Nothing can change unless unspoken is said. That is what I believe, and that's how I have tried to give this presentation. Thanks for listening.
जनरली सर्वात अन्वय नदीला या प्रोग्राममध्ये जे कॉम्पोनंट्स असतात आणि गव्हर्नमेंटकडून आयडेंटिफाय केलेले रिव्हर असते एखाद दुसरी डिस्ट्रिक्टमध्ये, रिज्युनेशन, त्यानंतर त्याच्या कॅचमेंट असेल किंवा नेबरिंग विलेजेस असतील तर त्याच्यामध्ये कोणत्या ॲक्टिव्हिटीज घ्यायच्या असा तो जनरली GR मध्ये, आणि दॅट्स व्हॉट इज सपोज टू बी डन बाय द कमिटी. पोल्युशन हा आस्पेक्ट असतोच, पण आपल्याकडे मला दिसते की आय थिंक पोल्युशन इज द ओनली ॲस्पेक्ट. म्हणजे बाकी त्याच्या कॅचमेंटचे विलेजेस असतील किंवा पाणलोट क्षेत्रामध्ये करावयाची कामं, वृक्ष लागवड, EGS, कॉन्व्हर्जन्स ऑफ स्कीम. सो अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस दॅट जे कन्व्हेन्शनल GR मध्ये एक्सपेक्टेड आहे, तर त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त वेगळ्या गोष्टी इथं आहेत. आणि त्या अनुषंगानं स्नेहल दोंडे मॅडम यांनी प्रेझेंटेशन दिलं. So from your presentation I can see that you worked in this area for a long time, and technical aspects also explained by her in detail. So what you said, some of the points are very concerning, that is a fact. The biomagnification आणि आपण जे chemical pollutant आहेत, pathogen आहेत, so that is affecting the food cycle and health of the people also. So त्या अनुषंगाने काही मुद्दे कन्सर्निंग आहेत, and every department's role is important. So आजच्या याच्यामध्ये बरेचसे तुम्ही आता नदी आहेत, तलाव आहेत, काही ठिकाणी MIDC किंवा इंडस्ट्रियल एरियामधलं अनट्रीटेड वोटर असेल, तिथले इन्फ्लुएन्स असतील, सो ते पॉईंट तुम्ही रेज केले आहेत. सो आय थिंक पॉईंट वाईज वी कॅन टेक द रेफरन्स ऑफ दिस मीटिंग आणि त्या कन्सर्न एजन्सीजनी त्याच्यावरती त्यांचा ॲक्शन टेकन रिपोर्ट सबमिट करावा. बिकॉज इट हॅज बीन नॉट ॲज पार्ट ऑफ मीटिंग ऑल्सो जर जनरल पण तक्रार दिली असते की इथून इफ्लुएंट येतात, केमिकल इफ्लुएंट. सो एक न्यूज मी पण बघितली होती, आय थिंक कल्याण का अंबरनाथमध्ये दाखवली होती, याच्यामध्ये जी आहे की केमिकल इफ्लुएंट जाता येतो. आणि सो आय थिंक आय फॉरवर्डेड इट टू MPCB. सो त्याच्यानुसार ज्यांच्या ज्युरिस्डिक्शनमध्ये येतं त्यांनी नोंद घ्यावी MPCB.
ताज्या घडामोडींसाठी पाहत राहा शहापूर गजाली. धन्यवाद.